Today, we are talking about the 5 steps to being a better singer. Now, I came up with this idea because I wanted you guys to be able to kind of compartmentalize what you should be working on as time, like over time, when you're trying to improve your singing. Because I think that, you know, just saying, oh, I'm trying to improve my singing is kind of, it's ambiguous, right? It's like, what does it really mean to be working on your singing, and what does it mean to be trying to be a better singer, right? So I wanted to break this down for you guys so that you could kind of understand, you know, what I think the kind of categories are and the steps are that you need to really focus on to being the best singer that you can be. So let's start with number 1. So number 1 is working on your intonation and your pitch control. Now, I honestly haven't spent a lot of time talking about this, and I think that as I go on, I'm realizing that I need to talk more about this. So intonation means, are you singing in tune, right? And basically pitch control means, are you singing in tune, and are you able to maintain you know, that being on the right pitch. So we can break this down into a couple categories, right? So the first category is pitch matching. Now, believe it or not, when people say that they can't carry a tune, you've heard people say that, right? Heck, maybe even some of you guys say that, but you're still here. And if that's you, I'm really proud of you. So the first one is, yes, pitch matching. So when people say that they can't carry a tune, what they mean is that they're not able to hear the tune and sing it back, or they're able to start the tune, but they're not able to stick on the right melody line, right? And so this is what pitch matching is. Pitch matching is being able to hear that note, our brain being able to transfer the signal to our vocal folds to adjust our vocal folds to where they need to be able to sing the right pitch. And believe it or not, that is a learned skill, right? So children learn this skill usually by the time they're 8 or 9. And then if they learn it, then they're good. I don't want to say they'll always be able to match pitch, but it's kind of deeply ingrained in their mind to be able to do that skill. Now, if you did not learn that skill by the time that you are, 8 or 9, hey Amanda, then you have a significantly more difficult time learning how to match pitch, right? But it can be done. And actually, I'm working with multiple students right now on learning how to match pitch, and it's going extremely well. And I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud of them because it's daunting, right? When you can't match pitch and then you have to learn, it is a daunting task, but it can definitely be done. So that's the first thing in intonation and pitch control, right? Is just really the ability to match pitch and to have that always be accurate. Now, that can be as simple as just matching one pitch, or like if you're trying to audition for a choir, they usually play a whole melody line of random pitches that you have to sing back. So the funny thing about pitch matching is that it's not just a beginner skill, right? It can get harder and harder and harder. So there's multiple levels on how you can work on that, even if you're already a professional singer. Like, I still like to work on that. Okay, now the next subcategory of intonation and pitch control is the actual ability to sing in tune, right? So really working on singing the melody and not going sharp or not going flat, right? And so a lot of times, the funny thing is that people can hear the melody and the pitch in their head, but something that they're doing with the rest of their body, like neck tension, shoulder tension, jaw tension, all of these, right, not supporting their sound, all of those can lead people to either go sharp or flat. So when you're working to be a better singer, you definitely need to work on this. And this is something that we all need to work on, because the more difficult the songs get, the more skills that we're asked to, you know, show off in a song, the harder it can be to stay in tune. And like I said, usually it's not because that you can't hear it, it's usually because of something else that you're doing, right? And then the last section of, you know, intonation and pitch control is really being able to hear when you go out of tune. So it's not just that, you know, because sometimes like I'll go flat, right? And while I'm singing, because you guys, everyone goes flat and sharp sometimes, okay? Well, there's a little secret for you. Even if you have perfect pitch. My favorite thing is when people comment on my YouTube and say, well, so-and-so could not have possibly gone out of tune because he or she has perfect pitch. And I'm like, nah, okay? You can go out of tune if you have perfect pitch, right? But the ability to hear when you go out of tune is really important, because then you can reset or ask yourself, why am I going out of tune here? And sometimes you won't be able to hear it in the moment, but like listening back to a recording, you'll be able to hear it. And so that's an extremely important skill. Okay, so that's the first section of things that you guys really need to work on, is intonation and pitch control, right? Now, the second thing that you really need to work on, second kind of category that you need to work on if you want to become a better singer, is breath and support. Now, a lot of people think that once you learn how to breathe, you're golden, right? And yes, like once you finally learn how to breathe to sing, and I say finally because some people go almost their entire lives not being able to breathe correctly for singing. And if they would have just learned that one skill, they would have really been able to grow so much more as a singer. Because when we're not breathing correctly, we're really, really hindering our sound and our ability to get better as a singer. So learning how to take that good breath, and then also learning how to support your sound, right? So I'm gonna get to that section, but first let me talk a little bit more about breath. So when we're talking about breath, it's not just that we have to learn how to do it, it's also that we have to really train our bodies to do it all the time, right? It's like training a dog, right? Our bodies, like literally, sometimes you have to like disassociate and be like, okay, body, like why aren't you doing this, okay? And it's like you want to be able to rely on it, but in order to get to that part that you can rely on it, you have to think about doing it all the time, right? It always has to be a thought in your head of, am I taking good breaths? Am I taking good breaths? You know, writing in your breaths, working on that. And a lot of times what I find is people think that they're taking good breaths and they're actually barely breathing. Because we go through our whole day barely breathing, right? Okay, so there's that. Now, additionally, let's talk about a little bit more about supporting your sound. So when we talk about support, I think is a very ambiguous term that a lot of voice teachers use to kind of oversimplify the process. But what support really is the coordination of the exhale. So let me say that again. Support is the coordination of the exhale, right? So when we're singers, our exhale is singing, right? So how are we coordinating with our body? How are we releasing that breath after we've taken it to really, I don't want to say support again, but I almost just said it, to really engage our body and our sound for the entire phrase and being able to carry that breath energy with us until we're ready to breathe again. Okay, so that's really what support is, and it is something that you have to work on. You have to work on it no matter what kind of genre you sing, okay? Now, the next topic is register equalization. And I kind of made up that little term there, register equalization. But really one of the big goals for us as singers is to sound like the same person, whether we're singing in our head voice, our mixed voice, or our chest voice, right? And so all of those registers are really unified, and that's why I'm using the word equalized, and that we're able to maintain that throughout a song, right? So a lot of my beginner singers, I hear them singing, and it could sound like a totally different person from the beginning of the song to the end of the song. And, you know, that's what happens when you're a beginner, right? You're not quite able to equalize those registers yet. And it is definitely a process, but it's something that we all work on as we continue to get better and better. And it's also something that we pretty much always work on, FYI. Somebody said to me, do you ever feel like you get to a point where you don't have to think about your technique? And I'm like, ha 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 ha. So Amanda says, this is totally me. Yeah. Well, Amanda, give yourself some credit. I think that I don't think that you totally sound like a different person, but we can all work on this, right? We can all work on that sounding similar throughout our whole range. And so what are the things that really get us there, right? It's working on your vowels, working on your placement, and exploring your resonance, right? I don't want to say making resonance, right? I usually like to say finding resonance, because believe it or not, you guys, resonance is passive. What does that mean? It means that I cannot conjure my voice to make more resonance, okay? Because resonance is a secondary vibration, okay? Which means that I can't make my voice more resonant. I can adjust my airflow, and I can adjust the cavities that my sound is bouncing around in, right? To balance resonance, to change, like, okay, this is more mouth resonance, or this is more nose resonance. But I can't make something more resonant. And I think that that's a really, really big, I don't want to say myth, but I think it's a big thing that people don't really get. Okay. And then the fourth thing I think that you really need to focus on if you want to be a better singer is choosing the right repertoire. And that means the right songs, right? So, you know, I have a lot of women that love to sing the male songs in the male key. And I almost always have to convince them to change the key because if a man wrote it for his voice in his key, the chance that it's going to be the right key for you is slim to none, right? And now that we have so much technology, it's very easy to transpose. A lot of times even karaoke tracks have the high key or the low key, if you don't have that much of a theory background. And it's possible. Let me just say that it's possible. And if you buy music online, you can transpose it. You know, most sheet music's only like $5. And when you buy that sheet music, then you can transpose it to literally whatever key, and you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is figure out what the right key is for you, which is definitely a skill that I will be covering in my membership. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, and then I just wanted to say that if you're singing the wrong songs, there is a good chance, and I'm not saying this to be negative, I'm saying this to actually inform you guys, there's a good chance that not only are you not going to get better if you're singing the wrong songs, but you're going to be moving backwards, right? Because you're going to be creating habits to try to sing those notes that are not in your range. Right, so Amanda says, how do you figure out if something's in the right key? Yeah, so it takes a lot of work, right? It takes a lot of work, and basically what you need to do is you need to figure out what your range is. But like I said, we'll cover that in the membership. That's definitely going to be one of our topics. And then the last thing, and I do have a bonus. I have a bonus number 6. I couldn't quite fit into the 5, but I'm going to show you this the number 5, is that I really want to make sure that you guys are practicing smart. Okay? And I went over how to practice in the challenge, but when I ask my students how they're practicing, most people are not practicing smart, right? You guys are like chasing your tails, singing your songs over and over again, which is that day that I said that in the live, like mostly all of you commented like, oh, that's not how I should practice. So I totally understand that you know, it's confusing. It's like, well, why wouldn't I just sing the song over and over again? But really practicing smart, setting aside time to practice, and committing to being a better singer is going to change the game for you guys. It really is, because you know, if you're studying, if you're taking lessons, or if you're taking my online courses and you're not setting aside the time to practice, you're not fast tracking yourself on your vocal improvement. All right, like I had a student one time who came into my lesson and she said, I only practice in my lessons. And I was like, oh no, right? Like that is, because a lesson isn't practicing, right? A lesson is like working on a whole new skill set. Okay, so cracks me up. Okay, and then the 6th and bonus step is working on freedom, working on your vocal freedom, right? So what does that mean? It means singing without tension. It means singing free. It's sounding free, not sounding like there's a hold on your sound, and really working to be able to find that ease and that freedom in your sound. So I know that that's kind of abstract, which is why it's a bonus. And hey, EC, I just saw you pop in on here. But it's definitely worth mentioning that singing can feel easy once you have everything aligned and once you know what you're going for. And so really to be your best self as a singer, you really need to work towards that. Like that is the pinnacle, right? It's not just about sounding good, it's about feeling like this is not so hard, right? Because I know a lot of you guys feel like this is so hard right now, and I know that it doesn't have to be like that. But I've been there. I've definitely been there. So basically, that is the 5 plus a bonus ways or steps that you guys need to take to be a better singer. And the reason I broke those down for you is because I'm so excited to announce that I'm actually opening up my membership site today. The doors are now open, and it is it's called Total Vocal Transformation. And what that is it's a monthly membership to this program. So what you're gonna get in the membership is every month I'm going to be releasing a brand new course. It's like a mini course, right? So it's enough that you can get through it in that month. And every topic is going to fall under one of those categories. And so that we can really start breaking down how to become a better singer, and so that it's not such a ambiguous thing anymore, and so that you guys have access to this. So that's the main part of the membership. So every month on the 1st of the month, so our first ever monthly course will be released on September 1st, and we're actually going to be covering intonation. That's going to be the first big topic, because we can all use that, and I think it's kind of like an exciting way to kick it off. So I know, maybe I'm just a music nerd and I think that intonation is exciting, but trust me, if you can sing in tune, you will be excited too. Okay? So that is the exciting, like every month that's going to be released. Amanda says, yay, congratulations. Thanks, Amanda. And Amanda, I'm actually going to message you the link, and maybe you can post it for me, because I forgot to post it on my phone as a comment. And so then in the core content of the course, of the membership, is going to be the Starter Singing Lab, which, as you guys know, that's my core class, right? So the Starter Singing Lab is a 4-module course that really helps you kickstart your singing journey. And we're covering breathing, support, strength, and resonance in that. So you're gonna have 24/7 access to that, which is awesome. So if you guys sign up for the membership today, I highly recommend just diving into that course. It's in there waiting for you. And then the belting lab is the other core content, and that's learning how to belt, and I titled it Learning How to Belt in 30 Days. So in that course, I'm taking you from not being able to belt to being able to belt by the end of it. And I just had my first group of students in there over the summer, and they loved it. They were thrilled with it, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys as well. So in that course, we're covering support, we're covering the chest voice, we're covering a bunch of exercises that will help get you into a belt. And we're also covering real-world belting examples. Okay, so that means that I had a couple song tutorials recorded on very popular songs where you just learn how to belt those songs within the course. Okay, and so the founding so you guys are going to be founding members if you join within this week, right? So doors are only going to be open for a week. And the founding member perks are that you get access to all of that content, and then you're also going to get one recording review each month. So you're going to have the opportunity to send me a recording of yourself singing any song. It doesn't have to be professional, honestly, guys. It can just be like recording off your cell phone, you singing the song. And then by the end of the month, I will send you back a review with comments, suggestions, and ideas, musical ideas to help you improve, so that you really can dig into what you're working on and that you get that feedback from me on your songs and your music. So you can do something that you're working on for an audition, or you can do one of your songs that you're writing, so on and so forth. And then Amanda said, how much is the membership? So for our founding members, I'm offering the membership for $19.99 a month. So whatever day you sign up, that is the day that you will have that $19.99 go through each month. And so it's just the monthly membership. And I think that's like an amazing deal for the founding members. But it's my way of thanking you guys for like starting off on this journey with me and growing with me in this, because this is the first time I'm ever launching it, and you guys are the first people I'm launching it to. So because you're a founding member, you're gonna get that really affordable rate of $19.99 a month. I went through and added up all of the value together, and I think that it's about a monthly value of $297, easily $297 a month. And so you can see that I like significantly dropped the monthly price for you guys at $19.99 a month, so that it's affordable and so that you can really dig into your voice with me as your teacher. And additionally, I just want to say that those founding members, you guys are going to be locked in to that $19.99 as long as you stay in the membership. So I am going to raise the price almost immediately after this first launch, and but it's not going to be raised for you. Obviously, this is going to be your price as long as you don't cancel the membership. So I wanted to say that. And so I do want to say that just to take away any worries that you have about joining a monthly membership, that you can cancel at any time. So just join us for this first month here. See if you like it, and see what you think. And if it's not for you, I totally understand, and you'll be able to cancel for the next month. So yeah, so why not give it a try, right? I know Amanda's saying that's so cheap. Thank you so much. EC says that's a very, very considerate price. Thank you. I wanted to make sure to offer this for you guys because you guys are my people. You guys are like the first people that have believed in me in this online space. So I want to get you guys in on this from the very beginning. And let's see. So, oh yeah, I'm only offering 100 spots. So when the 100 spots are gone, no other founding members are going to be let in, and the doors are going to be open until next Friday, the 30th. So that's that. Now, I think that I really want you guys to think about where you want to be in like a year from now with your singing. I know that sometimes when I set goals, I have really lofty goals, and the only way to meet those goals is to really like give myself a roadmap on how I'm going to meet those goals, right? And so when I have the roadmap, I achieve the goals. When I don't have a roadmap, I usually end up like spinning my wheels, having like really no idea where to focus my time, and kind of like flailing around. Okay, so excuse me. So when you guys think about this membership, I want you to think about it as that roadmap for really how to lock it down, and be really serious about improving your voice. Because if you sign up for this membership and you put the time in, you will hear results. People always want fast results, and people always want like quantifiable results. With singing, I will say it is difficult to quantify results, but you will 100% feel more confident, hear improvement, and really start loving your voice. Because that's another goal I have for you guys, is to really not just love to sing, but also love your voice. Because if you really want to become the best singer that you can be, you have to start being kind to your voice and really growing in your confidence. And that's gonna change the game for you as well. So in a year from now, do you really want to consider yourself a better singer, be able to say that you're a singer to other people without feeling like a little bit embarrassed? I can say that because I have to tell people I'm a singer all the time, and I always get extremely mixed results. So that's why I'm laughing. And do you really want to be proud of yourself and say, you know what, I committed to this, I put in the work, I put in the time, I invested in myself, and I invested in this roadmap, and here I am a year later, and I'm way better than I was last August, right? So that's the questions I really want you guys to be asking yourself as you continue to make this decision on if you're going to join this membership or not. Amanda says, I've been there, and invest in yourself. Yes. I've really had a lot of different experiences in investing in myself this past summer. And I will say that the things that I paid for are the things that really like pushed me to try harder, to be better, and to make a difference. And so, that's what I want to do for you guys, is to make this investment in yourself and Do the dang thing. Okay, so Amanda has commented that link in the comments, and as soon as I get off of here and I redo the description, I'll put the link in there for you guys so that you guys can check out the page. There it is. There's the link. So you guys can read through there, check out, all the stuff that I said, excuse me, and go for it. So I can't wait to see you inside. How you sign up is you just click that link, and then you click on one of the buttons that says join or claim your spot, and you just put in your information, and you're going to have immediate access to those 2 courses, the Belting Lab and the Starter Singing Lab, so you can get cracking on those. Our first monthly course will be released on September 1st. And Kajabi, as soon as you enroll, Kajabi will send you an email with your login details. And that's it. And then you'll be able to log into Kajabi. So do you guys have any questions on the membership, or on what's included in the membership, what we're going to cover? I will say that Kajabi is amazing. Kajabi is how I host all of my courses so that they can worry about the tech and the computer, and all I do is I upload my stuff there. I think my favorite feature of Kajabi is that every time you view a video, you can check it off. So you can say, I finished this, you can check it off as being done. I'm somebody who's like very obsessed with checking things off. It's like embarrassing to say, but I am. And additionally, you can comment. You can comment on every video and ask any questions, and go from there. EC says, will there be some sort of interaction between members through a chat of any sort? That is a great question. So that's something that I kind of wanted to ask you guys and ask the founding members if they're interested in that. We can totally open up a group for you guys if you are interested. That was definitely like on my idea board. And I'm very open to it. I just wanted to kind of like get a feel for the members, get a feel for what kind of community setting would be best. Like if we should do the community on Kajabi, or if we should do the community in a Facebook group. So I'm totally open to that, and I think that probably will be an aspect of it. But like I said, we're just getting this off the ground, and because this is a membership setting, I kind of want to really be in community with you guys on what you want out of the group. And if you guys want a community 100%, we will do it. So Amanda says like an accountability group or collab. Yeah. So I think that that's probably what we will end up doing. But it's not set up yet. So that part will be coming. Okay, any other questions? Does that make sense? My voice is getting dry. Always gotta cheers, you guys, on my water drinking. So let's see. Another question might be, what kind of genre of singers is this for? You guys, this is for all genres of singers. So I don't care if you sing country music, I don't care if you sing rock, pop, jazz. This is for all of you, because I always say this, I think about 85% of genres, that doesn't make sense. 85% of any genre is the same technique. That's what I'm trying to say. So this group is really just about building good technique. And so no matter what kind of music you sing, this group is for you. And you can totally do it. Another question I very frequently get is how much of a time commitment will this be? And so like any of these courses or memberships, this is going to be what you make it. But I do want you guys to hold yourself accountable. I want you to block off some time in your schedule. And like I always say, I think that about 2 shorter practice sessions a week and 2 longer practice sessions a week is very doable. It's very easy to find. I mean, I don't want to say that it's easy to find, but it's an easier mental commitment to make than to say, okay, I'm going to practice every day for an hour, right? Because that's a lot of time. But if you just think, okay, I'm going to break it up and I'm going to do, you know, this for 2 15-minute sessions and this for 2 half an hour or 45 or hour-long sessions, whatever your voice, you know, and vocal endurance is, which, by the way, your vocal endurance will improve in this as well. That's something I didn't really talk much about, but people always ask me about it. And so I think that that's going to be more than enough time. And then if you wanted to do like the other courses, you know, sometimes you could take a break from the monthly courses and do the starter singing lab. I think that everyone should start with the starter singing lab. But that's about how much time I think you should dedicate. So, okay, you guys, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember to comment one thing that you learned in this live, if you're watching it on the replay as well. And I can't wait to draw the winner of the practice challenge. So high five, you guys. We made it through the practice challenge. I hope that you decide to say yes to yourself and your singing and join this membership. I can't wait to be your vocal guide. And let's do this. Okay, have an amazing day. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.